boot up. YouTube streaming is kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I usually just do Twitch, but
Yeah, I haven't done much YouTube stuff.
I like the Twitch community the most, as long as it's not League.
God, I played that game for way too long, man. Way too long.
I'm back on my old school addiction.
Oh, you are?
Classic WoW.
I actually I was like, I bet you Wesley's playing WoW still.
It's so good. It's so bad though. I don't know why I'm doing it, but
Yeah, you gotta have something.
it's kind of what I figured. I don't know. I guess we could just talk about gaming since we both have been in the gaming since
Years.
the dawn of gaming. I just haven't had anything lately that was like really caught me.
There's a couple things that I've been enjoying, but nothing like I just sat down and played the entire thing from front to back.
Yeah.
There's not. I would agree with that.
I liked Last of Us. I thought that was like probably
Ooh,
one
yeah,
of
I'm
the
pretty
best.
pretty excited for the second one.
Yeah, did you see they just picked up HBO's gonna make a series of it?
Oh, yeah, I heard that. I didn't know HBO had got it.
Yeah.
Though.
So that means
That's
it
awesome.
could be high budget, which
Hey, that'd be cool. I mean, Last of Us is probably one of my favorite games on PlayStation,
Oh, yeah.
if not my favorite game on
I would-
PlayStation.
I would even arguably say it's probably the best story that's ever been written for a game.
Oh, I agree.
I mean,
Yeah, it's amazing.
there's not many games that really invoke the kind of emotion that game did. I mean, I was like,
Yeah, that was a hard one to finish.
I did. Let's see, what was the last game that I played front to back without stopping? I got the new Star Wars game, and it was okay.
What do you think of that? I haven't played it, but my roommate's played it. He loved it, but he's also deep into Star Wars pockets.
I like it from where I'm at right now. It's similar to Dark Souls, where you kind of like it can be brutal at times.
Yeah.
Which, if you enjoy that, it's great. If you
I
don't,
love Dark Souls.
Yeah, I do too. It's Dark Souls is probably the
The franchise that I love the most is
Yeah.
probably Dark Souls.
it's so good, and I try and tell everybody. I'm like, if you haven't played Dark Souls, do yourself a
We should.
favor.
If you like to torture yourself.
Yeah, if you're into that type of shit.
Yeah, I mean, the Bloodborne was probably my most torturous.
Okay.
Because I went straight from Dark Souls 2, which is kind of a slower combat, into Bloodborne, which is like as fast as it gets.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is hard.
Plus the gun mechanic was difficult to get used to.
Oh, I never used it. I
No?
just dodged. I couldn't ever figure out the parry.
Have you played this new one that everyone's talking about, Sekiro?
I own it. I haven't finished it. It is hard though.
Everyone-
Like the first boss, or the first hard elite. There we go.
Yeah.
Elite, I guess would be the best way to put it. I have not yet killed him.
Oh, shit.
And it's like not even 30 minutes into the game, and I was just like, he's killed me like 30 times. I just like I can't deal with this right now.
I don't need this type of game in my life.
Oh yeah, work wasn't going well at the time either, so it's just like
Yeah.
I don't want to bust my head across the wall here.
That's always definitely the shitty part now with having to work or having to go to school. Is like all the adults told us enjoy your time in high school, and now we're what 2 years away from 10 years out.
Oh God, yeah, we are. Let's see, 2012. Yeah, almost exactly 2 years.
I realized that like last week or whatever, and I almost threw up. I was like, oh my god, is this true?
Well, let's see. I turned 26 last November, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Damn, I always forget that you fuckers are like almost a year older than me. I was the young kid in our
That's
class.
right. You're what, June?
July.
July. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. So you're still 25. Wow,
Yeah.
that's. Yeah, and then gaming top topics.
Yeah, true, James. True.
Yeah. With the subject might go anywhere. Gaming top topics. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed the Bloodborne, I think, of the Dark Souls the most. I really like Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3 was good. I enjoyed just helping people with the the end bosses. I think I fought the guy on the dragon about 500 times. I just built a glass cannon mage, and I'd 3-shot the dragon and then 5-shot him.
Jeez.
It was great.
That's one thing I've never done in that game. I've never done an intellect casting build.
Then I made the mistake of starting the game over because I did it at the end of it. I redid everything at the end of it, and you cannot kill the Crystal Shard guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's like 80% resistance to arcane.
That's right.
So I'd like hit him with something and it'd do like 300 damage. Just like, oh, seriously.
2 years later, he's finally down.
It felt like the first time I fought the king at the end of Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know about the giant souls. I did 8 damage a hit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he had 8,000 health.
Did you kill him doing
No.
that? Oh, I was going to say,
No.
That would be impressive.
I think 20 minutes into the first time I got there, he got like a lucky swipe and killed me, but I mean, he was only at like 3/4 health. I was like, I don't know how you kill this guy.
You're just like, I guess this game's done. I'm not going to play anymore.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I need a 2-hour boss fight in my life.
Yeah, I mean, besides Classic WoW, though, I've been playing games with B-Bert, who's here in chat. I got her to play Until Dawn, and she didn't know anything about it.
That's the playthrough movie?
Yeah, the playthrough movie.
I love that. That's so good.
And she was like, I've never, so I've played it once, and I've watched a couple playthroughs, but it's so much more fun to play it with someone who's never played it, because they don't know, like, the big plot twist.
Wendigo, yeah. Incoming giant Wendigo.
Right. I told her, I explained to her, I'm like, you're going to think you know what's going on for like 70% of this game. And then it's just going to take the hardest left turn you'll ever see.
Yeah, you kind of fall off a cliff at that one. Almost literally, but yeah.
Any thoughts on, so I ripped one solid name. Any thoughts on Warlords of New York?
You know, I haven't even heard of that. What is that?
Me neither. It's a new upcoming game?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that is. What is that? Warlords of New York. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like a Percy Jackson kind of series because it takes place in New York, but Warlords of New York. What is that? By expansion, it's a Ubisoft game. Interesting.
Ubisoft
Division 2. Okay.
Oh, I played the first Division.
Hmm.
My problem with the Division 1 and Rainbow Six Siege is I bought those games when they were fresh.
Yeah.
And everyone said that they're not even close to the same games that they are today, and they're way better.
Yeah, I had the same problem with Destiny, so
Yeah.
I completely understand that one. Like, Destiny 1, I threw that game in the garbage.
Yeah, Destiny 1 was hot trash.
Because I got it with the PlayStation bundle and everything on release, so yeah, I mean, if it's... I haven't played Division, so I don't really have any opinion on that. But
the Division was cool because, I mean, basically you would have to, well, at least what I played of it, you drop into a zone, and there's other people in the zone, obviously, and there's other things that can kill you, and your main objective is to collect shit to, like, upgrade your dude, and then get out, like, extract. But if you don't extract, you don't get anything.
Is it kind of like XCOM, but a real-time shooter?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
God, XCOM's so good.
I also haven't played that, but I've watched my roommate play it.
XCOM's one of those really good, like, RTSs that actually ended up on a console.
Yeah.
I've never been more hyped for an RTS when Halo Wars came out. I got it, and then, like, the first night I was like, oh, this is garbage.
I did play a little bit of Halo Wars at Kevin Edminster's house, actually.
Oh, shit. Fucking Kevin.
I think he's married. He's married, too. I don't know what he's up to, though.
I haven't talked to him either.
But, yeah, Halo Wars was hot trash. Yeah. It was bad.
And then they released a second one, and I was like, I don't know. Fall for that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure why you wanted to continue going deeper into that. But
I was excited for Battlefront, the Star Wars one.
The first one is terrible.
Yeah.
But the second one I've heard came out terrible, and then they fixed it.
Same thing with a lot of these games, because I remember on Reddit the whole thing was to boycott the second one because it was like really heavy pay to win.
Originally, yeah, they had like super huge loot boxes, and what was the other thing? Oh, you had to buy like the Jedi or whatever as you were working into it.
I remember someone saying that you could buy like Darth Vader or Rey or whoever you wanted for like $40.
Yeah.
but to unlock it, it's like 200 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like
in-game.
200 or 300 hours of gameplay. I was like, wow, that's awful.
And that's rough, because you know that
I mean,
that one person who's got that spare $40 is just going to trash every game he's in.
well, yeah, that, and it's like you're making it hard for the people to draw people in because I mean those are the characters that draw people to those games.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's half the reason I played the original Battlefront
Yeah.
2 was I'm gonna go to Mos Eisley and just have a giant Jedi battle and then repeat that 10 times in one day.
Yeah, I want to play Darth Maul, and I just want to kill everything.
Darth Maul, that or General Grievous.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm just gonna spin off lightsabers at you. I'm not actually gonna do anything. I'm just gonna spin them at
I
you.
saw some dude who made a custom game on the new one.
Yeah.
So you play as Anakin in the Jedi Temple, and
Oh.
everyone else in the game is younglings.
Okay.
And they have to hide and like avoid being killed for like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm like, oh, that's hardcore.
That's pretty fucked up, but awesome.
Yeah, I played 2 a little bit, but it was for like a free weekend
Oh,
or
gotcha.
something like that, and I didn't end up picking it up.
Yeah, I haven't picked it up either. I haven't done a whole lot of console gaming though. I've been mostly sticking with computer games. And I get lost in indie games on Steam.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean let's see, Slay the Spire. I've been
I like Slay the
that's
Spire a
good
lot.
one.
Yeah, Streamer UK, we're live. Yeah, I just actually bought a new PC
Oh, nice.
5 or 6 months ago. It's pretty nice. It cost me more than I wanted to because I was lazy and didn't want to build it. I pulled one
Well,
of those.
Says the person, or saying to the person sitting here with an Alienware laptop sitting
Hey.
next to me, so I know exactly what that's like.
You know, it happens. I like
I
Alienware.
can't do the. It's too warm in here for
Yeah,
this.
I've tried to turn the AC on, but it didn't kick on.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, I bought an iBuyPower, and it's what are those games called?
Youngling Hide and Seek, is that's the
Yeah,
name of it? Okay,
Youngling.
that's pretty great.
Fallout. I bought a Fallout PC. Like it's all done with like
Oh, the Fallout thing? Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, and it has like a little Pip-Boy in the actual computer.
No, that's another game I've never played. I really, like, it's my style. I played all the Skyrim,
Yeah.
so it's like, why didn't I play the Fallout?
I mean, I would if you got the time, start with New Vegas.
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas. That game is just so. It's one of those games where you're like, this is ridiculous, and then you're like 200 hours in, and you're like, oh, this ridiculous is great. Just killing scorpions. I did a mission on there not too long ago where I was out in the wild and this headless dude came up to me and he started talking to me. I'm like, oh, okay. What
That's
does
a
he
thing.
want? He wanted me to go kill roaches to try and find his head.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
But for all you console nerds who don't realize PC Master Race, there's thousands of mods for all these games now. If you like Skyrim and you never played it on the PC, you're really doing yourself an injustice.
There's so many good mods.
Yeah.
Have you seen the the WrestleMania guy? That's
Oh,
the Dragons.
Oh,
Oh, it's not John Cena. It's the
is it the Randy Savage?
Yeah, Randy Savage,
I
that's
did
his
see
name. That one's great.
that one. Streamer UK says, I'm from Las Vegas, but right now I work in cold London. Yeah, nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Man, London, that's a big change from Vegas.
Yeah, that's a very big change in just about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, from
Culture, weather, and everything. Fallout 3 or Vegas. I personally would pick Vegas, but I did play a lot of Fallout 3.
yeah, I just that's not a game series I've gotten into yet. I mean,
It's nice to have those types of games on your backlog, though, like for a rainy day.
yeah, well, I mean, I've got 130 games on Steam that I mean, I've only played 60% of them
Yeah.
is the average, I think, is what it was.
I just picked up the Age of Empires Definitive Edition.
I have
Edition.
way too many hours in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so me and my cousins play that all the time.
Oh man.
Like, it is something we play as a family. We get, like, at Thanksgiving, we
Yeah.
had an 8-man age game going in the background.
Man, that's what I like to hear.
It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for the follows.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I picked it up, and have you played the Definitive Edition
Mhm.
one?
Yeah, that's good.
It feels weird, but it feels so smooth. Finally.
Yeah, they updated. I liked the 2013 one that came out. It
Mhm.
was good. I liked the add-ons of the the African race empires, and
Yeah.
then the what was the other ones? Oh, the Incans or the Native. Wow, South American. There we go.
Yeah, the South Americans.
Yeah, those are really good. Yeah,
I've been actually watching we grew up playing Age of Empires. Like,
Yeah.
for me, it was like me and my dad would play all the time, and
Yeah.
like play like stomp computers, and then get stomped on like insane mode or something
Yeah.
like that. I never knew that there was a competitive scene for Age of Empires.
Yeah, there is.
There's a big tournament going on right now called Hidden Cup,
I didn't know about that.
and I guess how it works is like whatever the top 200 people or 100 people, like they all pick who are like the top 20, and they like play against each other, and like the top like 10 go into the finals, but you don't know who you're playing against. They give them like in-game names like King James or whatever.
That's cool.
The prize pool right now is already set at 50 grand.
Well, that's awesome.
And like I guess the dude who streams, like I think his name's like T90 official or something like that. All the subs and like donos he gets, he like a portion of it goes to the prize pool.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know there was that big of a competitive scene.
Yeah, me
My
neither.
cousin is really into it. I mean, he's already got 400 hours on the definitive edition, and he had over 1,000 hours on the 2013
Oh
edition.
man, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, he is really good at that game. He's been playing. Actually, he's in school with me right now. And he just like jumps on and plays a game every once in a
Yeah.
while. But the things that's going on, like I was sitting there watching him bring a boar in with a villager, and then rotate the boar aggro between villagers with his farmers. By putting the villager in the town center, bringing it back out, rotating it back and forth, and I was like,
So none of them take damage?
none of them take damage. I was like, I don't. I am not at that level of this game ever. So
Because I've seen the boar thing, but I didn't know the rotation thing.
yeah, I'd never seen somebody do that. I usually pull the boar in as my shepherds are just finishing the last
Yeah.
sheep, and then they all just shoot it.
Yeah.
But no, he brings it in like immediately, and then just sits there and rotates it, and then checks on his scout and rotates it and checks it. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Jeez.
So yeah, he's really good at that game. But yeah,
Thanks for the
the follow.
Thanks for the Scott follow. Yeah, Age of Empires is one of those games that I'm glad that it's big. I'm actually bummed though the Warcraft 3 Reforged kind of
I didn't-
shit the bed.
Yeah, I didn't buy it, but I heard some really bad things about it.
I guess for like the first like week or 2 weeks, you couldn't even play the campaign. Like your save files would corrupt, and then they fixed that. But then there was like problems with like the units on multiplayer like glitching into each other,
Interesting.
and like people were just like, "Yeah, we waited for this for."
Over
10
almost a
years,
year,
you
and
know?
all-
And
yeah, and they announced it over a year ago.
Yeah, and I don't know, because they kept pushing it back, but then they promised like winter of 2019, like we'll get it to you for Christmas, and they pushed it back. So I almost felt like they were kind of pressured to release it and not push it back again. But
Yeah, I don't know. Ever since Blizzard got acquired, I haven't been a large fan of some of the things that have been going on.
I mean, we could just say the fact that Activision is just too greedy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm cool with games putting in loot boxes. Like, I think that Overwatch did it the best because you could still earn a large amount of loot boxes just playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can, if you really want, you could buy them for like $1 each or $2 each or something like that. But stuff like this is just wait. A game that I did play all the way through, like within a week, Red Dead 2.
Yeah, I've heard. I have that game. I haven't played it yet.
It is so worth
It's very
it.
good.
I got lost in that game, and even doing all the dumb shit like was enjoyable.
That's good. Yeah, I actually was playing Grand Theft Auto the other day, the 5th one or 6th one. I don't remember which one it is, but that's actually what made me buy Red Dead. I was like, okay, I want to go play Grand Theft Auto in 1885 or 1860.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
No, it was another game where I was blown away with how good the story actually was.
Yeah.
Like the main core story was really well written, and then like the side stuff was still intriguing enough to like want to do it.
Gotcha.
There's one where you kind of meet someone who's supposed to be Tesla,
No.
And he's just like this
Elon-
crazy dude in the fucking woods, and he's got pigeons everywhere and shit. And I'm like, solid put in. And there's like a UFO mission, of course.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Bigfoot corpse and stuff.
What
like
they
GTA.
really would be awesome is if they like somehow got Back to the Future to agree to let them like bring in like Professor Brown or
That
some
would be
weird
so great.
shit like that.
You gotta go do a mission for him to
Yeah.
help his, what is it, converter thing?
It's a the flux converter.
Yeah, capacitor?
Capacitor.
Yeah.
The capacitor. That'd be hilarious.
I think they just said that GTA 5 is now the top grossing game of all time.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, what can you want more in a game than just going around on a rampage killing a million people?
Yeah. Not only that, but I guess the racing scene in that game is huge.
Yeah,
Just by itself.
the driving is really well put together in that game.
I've never played it on the... That's one game that I haven't played on the PC. And I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like I'm probably
really
missing
good.
out on
It's
a
really
whole bunch
good.
of stuff.
Well, the interesting thing is there's just so much to do in the online. You can just kind of do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy I bought a high rise. It's just like, alright.
I saw you could buy a blimp now.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
Like just fly around in a
The
blimp.
Goodyear blimp.
No, I don't know. And see, we started off talking about League of Legends, and I find myself, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or I'm getting less patient with people or what it is, but I just don't enjoy competitive games as much anymore. Maybe it's because work and life gets like can be so
competitive
stressful
already.
and
Yeah.
competitive that I just don't want to go home and also be like,
Yeah.
stressed about why my mid laner is doing dumb fucking shit. Like maybe that's it. I don't really know, but
Why I've got the enemy jungler in my lane every other second.
Yeah.
My jungler's off fucking with dragon or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
like, bro, where's your timer at? Why are you not down here helping?
Yeah, I stopped playing League for a very long time because of the community. Actually, it got really toxic there for a couple years.
Yeah, I think it's kind of dying down now just because League itself seems to kind of be finally slowing down, which might be because Fortnite came around. I don't
Well,
know.
there's a lot of other competition now, but I think it's there's just, I mean, it's been out what, 12 years now, 10 years now. No,
Yeah.
it's been over 10.
Yeah, because it was out when we were in high school, right?
Yeah, it was right at the end of our sophomore year.
Yeah. Fuck, that's a long time.
Yeah, and I started playing it in beta.
Yeah. I didn't play that one in beta, but I played it like, I don't know, 2013, so it was still the old map.
Yeah, it was still old map. It was still like season 2.
I remember, Daniel's been on, Sanders.
Oh yeah, I haven't
And,
seen him forever.
He sometimes comes in chat or whatever, but I remember he was saying that I couldn't beat him 1v1. He was, what was the bird's name? Avilia?
Anivia.
Anivia, and I was Warwick, and he said, "There's no way you're gonna beat me." Ah, get stomped on, Daniel. What's up, my guy? He got pretty heavy into that too, but
Yeah, I like that game. I played a lot of hours of that game, but it's just the community ruined it for me mostly.
you know what blows my mind? Did you know, at the University of Utah, you can get a scholarship to play League of Legends now?
Yeah. Did you hear that they made it Utah actually as a high school sport?
Okay, does that make you happy or mad?
Both.
Yeah, I'm frustrated that we couldn't have a class in high school that was like, okay, we're gonna be League of Legends, and the teacher is teaching us how to be better at League of Legends. That'd be the fucking shit.
That would be awesome. I mean, we kind of had that. You were in computer like C++.
C++,
CompTIA,
yeah.
CompTIA plus whatever. It wasn't C++, but
I think you and one other person were the only people who actually passed that certification.
and you know why?
What?
Oh, the cert? Yeah, I did pass that. A lot of the reason I passed that class is because I was in FBLA. That was the only reason I passed that class.
I passed the class. Carter gave me like an A on all of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
But
Well, you were in FBLA with me.
Yeah, I was.
That's right. That's right.
But I did the certification and I failed it like 3 times, and then I studied for like another year, and then I finally passed it. But I have never done anything with it.
Yeah, I had it. I don't know if it's still valid or not,
I
but
don't know.
yeah, I had it and never did anything with it either.
I don't know. I tried to do like computer like work. Because I remember talking to Carter, like, well, you could post online and see if people like need help with their computers, and I started getting like some people like doing work, and no shit, it was exactly what she told me. Like, you would go to their house, and it would just be the dumbest shit. Like, they haven't connected their charger properly, or their Windows is just updating, or they forgot their password, or they changed their password, or their RAM went bad. Like, that was the most difficult experience I ever had, was just like the RAM going bad. Nothing else was ever bad.
I had somebody who was like, "Can you come fix my printer?" That was an adventure.
Printers are stupid.
Yeah, well, it didn't help that he was trying to use one of those old, still had like the side papers that rolled the paper through. I mean, it was a printer from like 1998, and he was still trying to use that, and I was like, I don't think there's a cord in existence that converts that to this. Because this computer was like, it was new-ish, and I was like, I can't think of a way to like, the cord plug-in was like half the size of your laptop. I don't think it's gonna work, but
you should just like, here, I'm gonna write you a solution. Buy a new printer and just add it to. It'll do you wonders. I mean, printers are what, like, you can get like a decent printer for like $60.
Yeah, and if you want a laser printer, they're like $150.
Yeah,
it'll last you forever. That's what I got.
Yeah, laser printers are great.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a printer in my house now that I can do Bluetooth.
Yeah,
I can Bluetooth connect to it and print shit from my phone.
Same. Mine's a Wi-Fi printer. I mean, it just sits on a desk and does nothing until I need it. So,
is it weird how crazy like tech has gotten though? From where we were in high school to where crazy. We are now, like, we had smartphones.
Barely.
I
found my old smartphone from high school, and I was like, wow.
Oh, but I mean, that our phones right now are probably better than the computers we had
in the Carter's class.
Yeah.
Oh, I 100% agree.
You know?
I mean, we were still at Windows XP. That's where my comp T, I believe, is not worth anything, because Windows XP was the baseline. So Windows 10 is a little bit different.
You know, I hated Windows 10 when it first rolled out, but I kind of like it now.
It's got some nice features to it. I also don't love the Cortana part of it.
No.
I mean, but that's just, I don't need my computer to do things for me that way.
That is something that I've never thought about. Do you think stuff like that is really beneficial for people who just have no idea how to use computers? Because for me and you, it's more annoying. Like, if I accidentally click on Cortana, I'm like,
just go away.
Yeah. Where's Master Chief? Leave me alone. But maybe someone who is like just completely.
I don't know. I have a guy I go bowling with that he has gone really deep into like all of the voice activated stuff. I mean, but he knows what he's doing, so I don't know.
I guess if you did like a smart home.
Yeah, it's kind of what he did with his house. Is everything is pretty much voice activated. I mean, he's got cameras, he's got everything there.
That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if it's worth.
I don't know. I have a Google Home or whatever in my house, and it's the most annoying thing in the world.
I thought about getting one of those Amazon
Echoes.
Yeah, Echoes or whatever, but what would I use it for? Like, honestly.
Mine turns into a kitchen timer. That's the only thing I ever use it for. It's a hand-free kitchen timer, and I was like, you know what? I got a timer on my phone that's a lot cheaper, and I need that. Right. I don't need this Google Home.
Yeah, I think that's what it kind of turns in for everybody, right? It's like, I mean, I know some families who like use it all day long, and like you can have it adjust like your thermostat, and like
you can do like a shopping list.
But at the end of the day,
that's my sister. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I mean, at the end of the day, though, like, are we really trying to get that lazy already?
Hey, man, we're just trying to be Wall-E quality people here. We need to be
I'm
Wall-E.
ready. I'm here, boys.
Just have the display right here. You can't actually see you're going down the chairs next to each other, talking to each other on the phone.
You no longer can turn your neck. You just... Hey, Phil.
Playing in the pool by, like, just having your arm dangle in it.
Damn. That'd be a cool... Fuck being active. What are we doing? I'm ready to play games all day.
Oh God.
How is the family doing?
My family?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Giant, but good. I mean, there's a lot of us.
Is anyone still up here?
In Bountiful? No. I might actually be moving back up here in about 3 months.
Yeah.
But no, there's just my parents at the house. So yeah, there's no.
Oh, okay. They still have the same house though. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I drove past her the other day and I was like, "Everyone there?" I guess anybody.
Yeah. What about you? Your parents still live in the same place?
Yeah, I'm down in Woods Cross.
Nice. What about you? Are you?
I
down
live
there?
with them.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, I'm a loser.
Hey, man.
No, it's I don't know. I moved out a couple times and I don't know. It's fine. Like I don't mind living by myself, but at the same time, like if I can just save the money,
Yeah.
buy a house when this housing market crashes. if it does.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
It's ridiculous.
It
Like
is.
just my parents' house over the past 5 years have gone up almost $100,000.
Yeah, that's about where my parents are as
It's
well.
just
Yeah, my dad, who's up in Heber, his house, he bought it for 300,000 or 400,000, and it's worth like 7 or 8 now. That's like, holy cow!
I mean, all these companies are moving here.
Yeah.
I know Adobe moved here 10 years, 15 years ago.
I didn't think it was that.
No, I think it was earlier.
It was right about the same time we were in high school, so yeah, about 11, maybe 10 or 11.
And then Amazon's here now, and I thought I heard that Amazon's gonna bring more corporate office here.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess
I know Amazon is building a second. They're doing their large items here. I don't know if
Yeah.
they finished it or not.
I just know that because I was wondering why all these big companies were moving here, but I guess the Utah taxes for big business is crazy good.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Silicon Valley people are moving here.
Well, they also don't have to pay anywhere near as high wages because your California wages are a lot higher than here.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of call centers have been sending a lot of it to Utah because of that.
Yeah.
Teleperformance has been here for years. And
Netflix is here now.
yeah, Netflix is. Facebook is actually building a corporate office here.
Oh, really?
I don't know if they're going to headquarters here, but they have one of their offices being built down in Utah County. Then they're also, there's just a bunch of, Lehigh is kind of turning into a tech hub now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of jobs in the tech industry down there.
It's good for us.
It is.
I mean, I'm not mad about it. It's just mad at the housing market.
Yeah. Take what you can get, I guess, right?
Yeah. It's gonna suck because once you get done with coding schools, the average salary start is 50 or 60.
Yeah.
Depending on where you go.
That was what I was making at my last job, though,
Yeah.
so I can't complain.
Yeah, not a lot. Where were you working, if you don't mind me asking?
I was working at Staker Parsons as a heavy machinery operator in one of their gravel pits.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I've been there for about almost 2 years and didn't get any compensation from going from a water truck driver to one of their lead loader operators. I got 20-cent raise.
Jeez.
So I was pretty done with that.
Yeah, that's.
But they have some good benefits. They're a decent company. The problem is they're a gigantic company. Their parent company is based in Ireland.
Oh, wow.
And it's the biggest aggregate producer in the world. So they have lots and lots of money. But
You still wonder, though, even when they have lots and lots of money, what's $1, $2 raise to somebody?
to them, nothing.
Exactly.
They wouldn't even notice.
But to the person, it's potentially life-altering.
Life-changing, yeah.
If you go from 22 to 24, or go from 19 to 21, that could change a lot of shit for somebody.
Yeah, yeah. After last year, I worked about 500 hours of overtime. I was pretty done with that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was pretty done with that.
Yeah, I would have been done with that 200 hours into overtime. You kidding me?
Yeah, my week started at 50 hours, and then I think the most I worked in 1 week was a little over 80.
Money's nice, but man, I can only imagine.
Wasn't that nice?
Yeah, I can only imagine. What, if you're working 80 hours a week, what do you do on your off time?
Sleep.
Besides sleep? Nothing.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Got there at 4 in the morning and left somewhere around 7 or 8 at night, and then immediately went home and went to bed and got there at 4 in the morning again.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, let me tell you.
Well, I'm sure they're hurting though, because I mean, they lose someone who's that dedicated because they don't want to pay.
Well, it's hard to find good help in that industry right now, and my favorite question I got all the time is when they found out I'd have a college degree, the first thing they said was, "What are you doing here?" Every single person, and I was like, it pays the bills right now.
Right.
And they're like, "Well, you seem so good at it," and I was like, if you're gonna do it, why do it half-ass? You might as well do it full-ass.
For everyone listening, please listen to that advice.
Because it's just like,
don't.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, why not do it great? Like, as a forklift operator, I ran a forklift in Logan for 5 years while going to college. They can be fun,
Yeah,
and boring at the same time.
I did a little bit of forklift operating down at a job. I only worked for a short amount of time, but
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
yeah. I love heavy machinery and have like 7+ years of heavy machinery operation. I just don't know if it's where I want to be in 10 years from now.
Right. Well,
So-
I mean, plus just the fact that the wear and tear on your body and the
Wear and
lack
tear
of
on my
sleep.
vehicle. I mean,
Yeah.
driving into a muddy pit in the winter every day. Oh, I had like 2 inches of mud on my truck when I finished that job. It was ridiculous.
So, what did you get your degree in?
I have a degree in anthropology,
Oh,
which is not necessarily all that useful. It's got some good paying jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of them are very you live like a nomad. So not really sure they're for me, because I mean you work 10 days and then you're off for 4, and then you work 10, 4, and you could be all over the Western United States.
right.
So it's just not. I just didn't like the lifestyle, because that's just not. I like having a home base.
Yeah,
I'm not a. I don't want to live in a van.
I get that. I mean, it definitely. There's something. There's a lot of stuff you take for granted when you're younger, but then when you start getting older and realizing the bigger picture, you're like,
Yeah.
it's nice coming home to a nice, cool house with food in the fridge and, cold drinks. And you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, and I mean, I really enjoyed some of the work, because it's like I got paid to go camping and hiking. That's literally all I
Right.
did. I got paid to do that, and I was just like, that's awesome, but man, it's just not what I want to do in my life.
so
I
with
guess.
anthropology, is that more of like, what's the word? Like collecting data on different.
So mine was more of an emphasis in archaeology. So I specialized in archaeology, and so I was actually going out like on BLM land and doing surveys.
Oh wow.
So I'd walk for 10 miles in a GPS line for 10 miles, and figure out what I saw. On those 10 miles, I'd be staring at the ground the entire time.
Right.
I found some really cool stuff.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Like, I found a metal arrowhead. So what it was is it actually, in about late 1800s, the Native Americans started using the sheet metal that the colonists were bringing out to make arrowheads. And they're like almost impossible to find because they rust away.
Right.
So we found one of those. That was really cool. We found a couple like projectile points that can date somewhere between 10 to 13,000 years old.
Oh.
So I mean, it was just like this really cool history stuff, and I love history.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you find some of these things like that, and it's just like, man, this is like the things this thing has seen in 10,000 years. It's like, what is going on?
Just the fact that it's even. I've never held anything like that, like.
Yeah,
in your
well,
hand.
you probably have, because I mean, if you think about it, a rock is a couple 100,000 years old, but you just never think of it like that. A man-made object that's that old is just really rare.
Right.
So,
Like I have a trilobite, and it's like dated super old, but we didn't make that.
yeah.
But thinking of something like us,
Someone
who-
sat down and manufactured that and used it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Did you get to keep it, or did it go to a museum?
No, it was against federal law to keep it. It was we collected them, and they probably are curated by now. I don't know where they're at, but yeah, on federal land, it is actually pretty hefty felony to collect anything like that, cultural resources.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on that side that I think it would be. I mean, what if you take it right and you want to keep it for yourself? I mean, what are you gonna do? Sell it? If you're
There's
that kind of asshole?
there is a large market for that actually.
Really?
In Utah, there's been a lot of the federal government coming in and breaking up rings like that. So, but the interesting thing is generally if you own the land, you own the cultural resources. So a lot of the people are collecting stuff on their own land, which the government really can't do much about, which is fine.
Right.
But
let's see. Skulls 2001 said, "Sup? What are your neckbeard cucks up to?" Oh, just being a cuck. Do you bump chest hairs and rub each other down with plum juice? I don't think plum juice is the right way to go. I prefer like a thick maple. I feel like that really gets into the chest hair and like really gets things going.
I was thinking like maybe we could go with almond milk. I mean,
Almond milk
would be good. Yeah. That or I mean, if as long as you shower afterwards, just like milk normally.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, either way. Found a cannonball. Yeah, that's really cool actually.
That is cool.
Uh,
So could you work on like, for example, in like a mining field, could you go and survey land to test for like good sites for them to dig? Or is that not?
so that'd be more geology. The main driver for archaeology, like employment, is either you do private surveying, so these private companies hire you, and the oil fields are the biggest generator because a lot of the oil fields are on government land.
Right.
And one part of your environmental like resource survey is a cultural resource survey, and then so they hire these people to go out and say, we're gonna drill here. What is out there? If you find something, is it enough that we have to delay what we're doing to get it out of there before we drill, or is it somewhere where we have to move? That's a lot of the work, which I mean is good, but again, I'd have to move to I don't want to live in North Dakota. It sounds terrible. Nothing against North Dakota, just not my thing.
Right. No, I get that, and because I watch a lot of the shows that are people do archaeology type of work. Like there's the history one, the Oak Island people.
Yeah, the Oak Island.
That show pisses me off. I don't want to get into it, but
I have only seen one episode and I was not a fan.
No.
So
I do like. There's this dude. I don't remember his first name, but his last name is Gates, and he is.
I know which one you're talking about. I know. I can't remember the show name though.
Yeah. He actually does some cool archaeology stuff. I don't know if he himself is like a degree holding.
He doesn't have a degree in archaeology. I believe his degree is in history or something like that. But he explores. He doesn't do any the actual archaeological work. He just kind of goes over cool archaeological finds and different things that way. It's kind of the what ancient aliens should actually be.
Right.
That show is
gone too far.
That show pisses me off.
Yeah.
I can't even stand it, but that's okay.
I liked the first, and I don't know. I know so many people in my life who love that show, and I just keep my mouth shut so it doesn't, because Ancient Alien fans are so passionate. But the first couple seasons were really cool because they were really giving these cool ideas and this,
It's a different perspective, and I completely understand that, but where they've gone with it now, it's just I watched the one on the Nazca lines, and it's just what are you talking about?
I just think it's turned more into a meme, and what can they just make up?
It's exactly what it's turned into.
Maybe instead of volcanoes being real, maybe those are energy sources for aliens. And it's dude.
Might as well just bring the Tesla rack into this.
Right.
Let's just power everything with that if we're going there.
It's full send.
Oh.
You know much about Elon Musk? Do you follow him at all?
A little bit, not terribly. I mean, I wouldn't mind owning a Tesla, but I can't afford one right now.
Me neither. I would love to own one.
I spend too much on my truck as it is.
You know what I respect though, because I used to give people a lot of shit who own trucks.
Yeah.
But it's mostly the fact that it bothers me when people have trucks but they don't use their truck for truck things.
Yeah.
And you do. It's part of your work. Why have a truck if you're just gonna drive it around normal?
It's a waste of fuel.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I mean, I'm kind of at that point now. I don't really need my truck, but it's the vehicle I own. But yeah, I agree. I don't see the point in owning one when you don't need it per
Yeah.
se. But
So, how was it living up in Logan? Was it awful, or was it?
there were really cool things about living in Logan, and then there were so many awful things about living in Logan. Like the summers up there were badass. Like it was 80, usually 80, 85. There's hiking, you can go everywhere. There's lakes you can go kayaking on, go bike riding. I mean, outside was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to the middle of winter, and it's like, so the first year I was up there, it was for 20 days in a row, the temperature didn't get above 0.
Oh, wonderful.
And the first day I walked to my 7 a.m. math class, it was -5 with a 30-mile-an-hour wind. Wind chill was like -40. I was like,
Oh no,
this sucks.
Oh, no.
So that was a pretty crappy winter, I'll be honest. But there were some good things about Logan. I mean, I met a lot of fun people up there.
Yeah.
And there were, I mean, I don't really like hanging out with a lot of the LDS people, but that's because they don't like hanging out with me either. That's fine. Nothing against them, but
fair point.
I mean, there was a large population of LDS people up there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was a Church Street. I mean, the street wasn't actually called Church Street. It was just Church Street. It had two wards at the opening of the street. You drive down, there's another one on the left. Then you take like 2 more steps, and there's a parking lot that goes all the way through the block with three churches in one parking lot.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, there's a large population of you, but yeah. So dating was kind of hard up there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I liked Logan overall. It was good. I don't think I ever want to live there again.
No, definitely not. I went to a concert down in or up in Logan, and it was what are those guys' names? I don't know, but
It
like
wasn't Red Bull, was it?
no, it was
FBLA?
no, it was pretty recent. They did. I don't know why I can't think of it, but like near the end of the concert or whatever, they were doing this, you know.
Oh, concert. Sorry.
Oh yeah, concert.
My bad.
You're good. They were doing the whole like, it doesn't matter who you are, like treat everyone with respect, and then they started like naming off like whether you're black or white, and then like right when they said gay, the audience just got like slightly less loud, and I'm like, oh, we're in Utah, we're in Logan for sure.
Well, the interesting thing was I met a lot of people in the LGBT community. There was actually a panel at Utah State that would come around to the classes, and they'd have a couple different people from the LGBT community. I mean, there was a guy who was transitioning from a woman to a male, and his name was Lee. He was badass. I actually ended up going out to dinner with him and his wife. They were chill people. But I mean, there was just this panel that they'd come in and sit down, and it's like, we're pretty open. You can almost ask us anything you want.
Right.
So I mean, I think I had like 4 or 5 classes where they came in, and it was actually really cool. So it was a good way of educating people on. I mean, because a lot of people don't even know anything about the LGBT community. Like, I mean, I think that's part of the problem is they just don't know. They're just people like us. I mean,
yeah, I think that's one thing that gets overlooked, especially in Utah, since the LDS has this stigmata, I guess you could say, towards it, which is 100% unjustified. I think that the people who were our age and younger, or even maybe like 5 or 10 years older, just don't know. They were just told so much negative that they forget that, like, at the end of the day, that's just Joe, that's just Sarah, that's just Sally. Like, there's nothing different.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. The old adage, or like the cliche, I guess, is if your love doesn't affect me, why? Go marry a rock. Who cares?
Yeah,
I mean,
who gives a shit?
So, yeah, that actually was pretty eye opening to me. I actually ended up having a roommate who was gay, and I mean, he was hilarious.
Yeah, I think that it's so funny because you always hear that too, like from people who like used to be like less open than they are now.
Yeah.
It was always like just one person they meet, they're like, oh yeah, he's fucking great.
Yeah.
She was fucking great. You know, it's like, I don't know. I think it's just, especially here in Utah, we aren't, it's getting more culturally diverse.
Yeah. Well, especially in Salt Lake.
Yeah. 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Not so much. Not so much. It was a lot of white people.
A lot of white people, that's for sure. Oh, and we had this weird high school dynamic where we had all the people below I-15, like on the west side of I-15, the trailer parks, and we had all the people all the way at the top of the hill. So it was just this weird dynamic of rich versus, like, there wasn't a lot of middle class or middle ground.
No.
Because
I think our school did fairly well, at least like for a lot of people, because I remember, of course, there was bullying. Of course, there was.
Oh yeah, it seemed like we integrated it pretty well. Like we made it work pretty good. Because I mean, I didn't feel like we had that big of conflicts. I mean, there were the occasional, but
yeah, for sure. But I think that's just like
school,
teenage kids being around each other, like hormones going. Like you're gonna have conflict.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But considering that we had a pretty diverse high school just in ourselves, like. I mean, maybe I'm just speaking from a point of, like, I didn't see it because I wasn't involved in it, but...
Well, and I was also from the perspective, I hung out with a million different groups.
Yeah.
I didn't have, there wasn't really a clique for me. I mean, I hung out with everybody.
Yeah. I had friends in every single group that was, like...
Yeah, so maybe we're not the best two judges of that.
I thought it'd be cool to do, like... You know, someone's gonna put together the 10-year anniversary.
Well, somebody put together a 5-year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a 5-year. It was up
Did you go?
No, I didn't
I
end up making it, but they did a 5-year. It was up at North Canyon Park, just up there off Bountiful Boulevard. Yeah. Huh. So apparently it happened. I heard about it afterwards. I was like,
let's see her. How are you guys doing? Just got back from a 7-day cruise.
Ooh, where'd you go?
Yeah, how was your cruise? And I'm doing well.
I'm doing pretty good.
I think it'd be cool to get, like, if this podcast lasts another 2 years, which I hope to God it does, it'd be cool to get more people from our graduating class on.
Oh, yeah.
And just see the different perspectives, because, like, Forrest, Chandler, and I did one, and we talked a lot about, like, high school and stuff, and just hearing... Like, I didn't really hang out with them much in high school.
Yeah.
But hearing their perspective, being kind of like the wild boys, like everyone always knew that they were like the crazy kids.
Uh-huh.
You know, you get funny pictures at night with them with, you know, cowboy hats on their dick or some shit. Like, you know, they were...
I do remember a few of those.
Yeah.
And then they were also the ones that stole the Bobcat or Wildcat or something like that, weren't they? Or no, was that Mason in them? I don't remember who that was.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I think it was Brett and Joel.
Dude, the 5-year was total.
Oh, what's up, Cody?
Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't show up then. Oh, that's funny.
What is it with high school that, like, we were talking about this, for people who are listening, I do a book club. Make sure you go fucking watch it. Stop being lame. Selfless plug. We were talking about, like, you know, being out of high school for so many years. What is it about high school that is so defining? Is it because that's when we're finally maturing into who we probably will end up being later? Or is it just because it's so emotional and it's like this 12-year goal to finish? Like,
I think it's like a sum total of your life up to that point. Because, I mean, you start school when you're 5.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest, you're not much of an individual at that point.
No, not at all.
Some guys, it's ridiculous. I'm kind of glad I didn't go, but I just think it's like this. It's like the first milestone in your life. Or I mean, first. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, because I was kind of, and like, I hate admitting to stuff like this because like you just never want to like truly admit, but like, all the adults are right.
Oh yeah.
High school is nothing like real life. Like,
high school is super easy compared to real life.
Yeah, it's like it's a cakewalk. And I'm gonna roast all the high school kids who listen to this right now. If you're not doing good in school, you need to tighten this shit up, dude, because it's not gonna get easiger. No. You're not gonna walk out of high school and be like, oh fuck, freedom. That don't work. Freedom ain't free. It's expensive.
It feels like that when you walk out of high school. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that first year hits and you're like, where's the money coming from? How do these people do this shit?
Yeah, I did enjoy the freedom of college, but
Mm.
then it's like, looking back, it's like, man, those student loans, were they really worth it?
Yeah, Cody, I'll reach out to you, man. I'd love to have you on.
It'd be fun.
Especially any locals, like, who went to school with, like,
In
you know,
this area, kind of the same age.
right? 'Cause it's just fun to...
Bullshit.
It's fun, too, to see, like, what was going on at the same exact time, like, you were doing shit, you know? Like,
Oh, yeah.
what was going on your block? We got into
Yeah.
some shenanigans. We did some fun stuff.
Were you ever part of the, when it was me, Cody, whatever his name was?
Yeah. Cody Sam.
That was Samuelson, thank
Yeah.
you. Eric, Kyle, we'd drive around to steal people's lawn ornaments.
Yeah.
Were you ever
for
part
sure.
of that? Okay.
Absolutely.
I was like, that was like one thing I remembered. And then there was the time that we tried to steal one of those like standing up giant windmills.
Oh, yeah.
And
I wasn't there for that, but I heard the story.
and it was like we couldn't actually fit it in the car.
That was some real hooligan shit.
Yeah, I feel bad about a couple of the things we took. I mean, some of those bear carvings we took were probably worth a couple $100.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was you guys or a different group, but someone stole like a marble lion. And it was like 60 pounds. And I'm like, that thing was definitely expensive.
A marble statue. Oh, funny.
Yeah, I was thinking about making a Facebook group for like the class. I'm sure someone has a Woods Cross channel, but
There wasn't one before the 5-year anniversary. I don't know if there is one now.
Yeah.
There might be.
because we haven't lost anyone from our graduating class, have we?
Yeah, we lost a few.
Have we?
Yeah, there was one that what was her name? She died to complications with her medication.
Oh God, yeah, I remember.
What's her name?
Mandy.
Mandy. Oh, there's two then, because there's another one. Her name's Brianna.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What's her
Forgot
name?
about
I forgot
that.
her name. She was super nice.
Yeah,
And then we've lost a couple others, I think.
that sucks.
It is. It does. It does.
To anyone who was friends with them or family, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Yeah, I know there's a couple that we lost from the previous class, or the
Yeah.
class before us, and then the class after us as well.
I know that there was a couple people who were in like high school with us too that have passed away from drugs,
Yeah,
which is
unfortunate.
very unfortunate.
Yeah, Peter Howie, did you hear about
Oh
him?
yeah,
that sucked.
motorcycle, right?
Yeah, I think you ended up under a truck. I think
Yeah, that was just down by.
it was just
2600,
well, it
yeah.
was right there on Highway 89.
Yeah.
Right there by the Chevron.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I heard his wife was like 3 months pregnant at the time too. So it's just like, man, that is a shitty situation.
That is a shitty situation.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of anybody else in our class.
So our class was fairly big. Like to put it in perspective for those listening, I think we were at 480 or 490.
I think we were 460 something. So
Yeah,
yeah, that was pretty
somewhere
close.
around that
Yeah.
realm, and you know,
It's not very small. A lot of people. I don't think
Yeah.
I knew everybody in our class, which I'm not terribly surprised by.
that's a weird thing that I've experienced doing this now. Is like people will come up like don't get me wrong. I don't want anyone to think that I like get recognized or anything. I don't. It's only happened once, and it made my day. Taco Bell down here. Guy was like, "Oh, do you do a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, that's cool." And then it got awkward because I didn't know what to say. I'm like, "Damn, dude, can I have more Baja Blast?" Gay lovers? Nah, but you know, it's 2020. People can do what they want. But yeah, I've had a couple people who we went to school with,
Yeah.
like, see me somewhere and come back, "Oh, hey, what's up? How are you doing?" I'm just like, "The fuck is this?" And I feel so bad because I'm like, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
what's your name?
Yeah. Well, I have the opposite problem. You remember Marcus Armstrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually works at Dev Mountain. So I ran into him
Oh.
the other day. we talked a bit. And there's another kid named Jake Haslam.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also there right now.
Oh, tell him I say hi. Hello,
Okay.
Jake. Yeah.
Jake, he's funny.
He's a funny kid. He used to be really heavy in the league too, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah. I played baseball, well, I guess against him for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Never on the same team. Let's
Yeah.
talk pussy boys. I mean,
Okay.
I like
Good
cats.
stuff. Love pussy. I do like cats. Actually,
I like that good stuff. Love pussy. That should be a t-shirt. Good stuff. Love pussy.
new business idea. Make weird t-shirts.
Yeah, it's up there. T-shirt making's great.
Yeah.
We have a t-shirt for this podcast. Amazon, you can just set up an Amazon account and make t-shirts through Amazon now.
No longer a business idea.
Yeah.
Don't make t-shirts.
I think every one that we sell, we only get like $1.
Whatever.
But hey, I mean, I guess we sell like a couple hundred. Go buy our t-shirts. Amazon us. We're there. Yeah, selfless plug when you can.
That's funny.
I'll buy two. Perfect.
Sounds great.
No, yeah, it's running into people that we went to high school with is kind of weird.
It
Because everyone's so different.
Oh yeah.
And like, I felt bad. Like, I've ran into some people and I'm like, God, I fucking hated you.
In high school.
But can I judge that still? Like, is that fair? Like, if you're the same person you were 8 years ago, you're fucking stupid.
Well, I ran into somebody, and we were talking about elementary because we went to elementary together, and we brought up a couple people, and I found out that somebody still hates me from elementary. I was like, you hate me from elementary, man. I mean, if you want,
right?
Sixth grade me is not any part of me now. So
I heard that about some girl too, where I guess I don't remember this at all. But apparently I threw a ball at her in elementary and like jacked up her finger really bad.
Oh.
Like she like broke her finger or something like that. So like someone told me that she hated me. So I messaged her. I'm like, hey, this person just told me that you hate me. I don't know you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Like, damn.
Yeah, I was like, man, I don't remember doing anything from elementary really. Like
Elementary, like I can't even really think back that far really. Like I just remember like little snippets of how's
being Amish. Been thinking of converting.
yeah, come on over, brother. We can build a house in 7 minutes flat. It's crazy.
Yeah, it only requires a nail gun.
Yeah, horse and buggy, dude. You ever rolled around? You think gas prices are bad? 10 carrots are like 42 cents. It's worth.
Hay is not cheap though, bud.
No, hay is not cheap. It is not cheap. It should be.
Yeah, I guess.
You think of all the things on the planet being cheap, you'd be like, well, there's a lot of hay out here.
There is.
It's my favorite dad joke, though. You just drive past, hey. Big thing of hay. I'm like, fuck you.
I don't know. I think I was going for the Gandalf beard. If we're going Amish, I'm trying to go for a little further. Let's see if we can get down here, man.
No, I regret. I was just barely like chest.
Yeah.
Top of chest. I was like, I gotta turn it up. I feel bad now though. Right when you got out of your car, I'm like, fuck, I made the wrong decision.
This is the longest I've had it actually.
Yeah.
I like it. It's fun.
No, it's weird. I'd never seen you with a beard besides a picture because you were always pretty clean shaven in high school.
In high school, I was. I haven't been clean shaven since though.
Yeah.
I was rocking the goatee for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
But I actually archaeology is why I ended up with the beard, is because I went out in the middle of the Idaho desert for 30 days and didn't have anything to shave with. So
and you're just like,
I was like, you know what? We'll just go with a beard. Why not?
So is there like is there a lot of freelance work in that field that you could just pick up and do like for like temp work, or is it all?
Yeah, there's a lot of temp work. Like it's a lot of seasonal, but yeah, I mean, somebody mentioned a Tomb Raider, which made me laugh because she's not an archaeologist at all. Neither is Mr. Indiana Jones. No, neither of them are. They're both. Tomb Raider is a good way of putting it. Literally, raiding a tomb.
Yeah. I thought Indiana Jones was. I thought he taught, or did
he is an archaeologist.
Oh.
He does not act like an archaeologist.
Right. Because isn't it very like.
Okay, well, to be honest with you, filming archaeology and making a movie out of it would not make a good movie.
No.
At all. So, I see why they did what they did, but no, that was not an archaeologist.
Wasn't it very really rule heavy? Because like.
It is. You have to record everything. I mean, I made drawings of dirt.
Oh, wow.
And before and after drawings of a hole in dirt that I didn't find anything. and I had to measure down to the the less than a millimeter of dirt, lots of times. So.
So is that just? Oh, wow.
It's just to be like precise in your record.
Right.
A lot of it is the fact that if you can think of a survey crew, you got to be as precise as they are.
That makes sense.
So yeah, it's good work, fun work, but it's just doesn't pay much, which is fine.
Yeah.
Without a master's or a doctorate, and I don't plan on going back for either at the moment. Maybe a master's, but not archaeology.
That'd be cool, like later in life, at least in my eyes, like because you already have the foundation.
Yeah.
If you have like a job that you could make, plenty of money, and then you're like in your older age, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go back and get that doctorate, and then you could do that for the final, before you
Hurrah!
retire.
If you're that'd be kind of fun, or after you retire, even.
No, I've heard retirement is not as fun as people make it out to be.
I've also heard that.
I get it. I was I quit a job I was working, and I decided that I wanted to take some time off from working and see if like what I learned from it.
Yeah.
It was fucking boring. I got like everything that I wanted like to do done in like a month.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, well,
what's due now?
is this what I need to look forward to in retirement? Like, because I don't really watch much TV. I don't watch.
Yeah.
I like going to the movies, but I don't like sit at home alone and watch movies.
I like watching movies, but I don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah. So I just find myself like, that's what a lot of our generation does. It seems like is
That or
Netflix
video
until
games.
3 a.m. and yeah.
Oof, I can't do it till 3 a.m.
No, I can't either anymore.
I gotta go to bed at like 9.
No,
But I also had to be to work at 6 and 5 in the morning, so maybe it's just the schedule I was keeping.
Yeah, that's the schedule I'm on right now is 6 a.m. start time.
What are you doing right now?
Engineering, composites.
Oh, you're just doing that composite. Yeah, actually, last time I talked to you, I think that's what you're still working
Yeah,
on.
I don't hate it. It's work.
As long as you like it.
Yeah, it pays the
Decent.
bills. So I worked an office job
Yeah.
before I went back to this place, and I realized that I don't think humans are meant to be in offices for long periods of time because like
Yeah, I can see that.
everything about my life just deteriorated like socially. I didn't want to be around anyone because I'm around everyone all day.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything because all I would do is sit for 8 hours. So then I would just go home and be like tired because I've just sat, like, and my body hasn't been moving.
Yeah.
Like.
So an interesting thing about that is I didn't want an office job either, and now I'm doing programming, so I'm gonna have one. But
Right.
Working in the heavy machinery field, like what I was doing in the heavy machinery field, I felt like I was at an office
Oh, yeah.
because I sat in the same spot for 10 hours. My desk moves and is rather big, but I don't move. My desk could go 25 miles an hour and weighed 112,000 pounds, but I did not move at all.
you're set. You're in stone.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting that I realized that it was actually an office job, even though my office had a giant bucket that picked it. But they're all considered mines. So we were under MSHA, which is like OSHA on steroids.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's kind of the job.
MSHA would come out twice a year and inspect the entire thing, and it was a 3-day inspection almost every time. And they would look at every piece of machinery that was moving, and go through the entirety of our plant, which is huge. Our plant was huge.
Right.
And then go through the entire pit. If you had a messed up berm somewhere, we'd get a citation. And the citations are not based off of, they're not a hard-coded value. They're based off the size of your company. So our citations were like gigantic.
Oof.
Yeah, they were, and we got 5 of them one time, and that was unheard of.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was unheard of.
Wait, so they do it based off like a percentage then?
Of how big your company is. Yeah, it's kind of like how speeding tickets should be.
Right.
Based off of a percentage of your income, like they are in Europe.
Yeah.
There was a guy I heard about that got pulled over in Europe, and he made lots of money, and I think his speeding ticket for 10 over was $120,000.
Oh,
I was like, ouch.
Get your dick down, bud.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's not a bad policy.
It really isn't though, because like I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That it could be a percentage, because that would be great for starters too. Because like, you're more likely to have mess ups being a new company.
Yeah.
But something like that's not going to break you.
Yeah. That MSHA is that way. The EPA, on the other hand, just doesn't care. If you're out of compliance on just the dust on your roads and they will watch for up to 30 minutes, they fine you $10,000 a minute.
Oh. What?
If you're out of compliance on your dust, it's absurd. And they'll watch you up to 30 minutes, sometimes longer.
Wow.
There was a company in, I think it was Nevada, who got, I think it was like a $300,000 fine. And it ended up, like, they had to foreclose. Like, go bankrupt because of it. It was like, I was like, wow. But, I mean, the EPA, they're supposed to be there for a reason, I guess, but there's some pretty big regulations in that field.
Dude, who gets the money is my question when these regulations go through. Their company or the government?
Government.
Okay.
I have no idea what they do with it. Well, and I think a lot of it's the fact that they base their funding off of the number of citations, so it's like they have to give citations. Because the one time the one MSHA inspector came out, he was just there to write citations. He didn't care.
Right.
Usually they'll give you like recommendations if it's not a bad thing. Like, oh, say that berm is 3 inches too short, or a foot short instead of just not there.
Right.
And it's like, oh yeah, just build that berm up a little bit higher. Because I'm not out there with a tape measure making sure my berms are the right height. Because they have to be 3/4 the height or half the height of the biggest tire on the machine, on the biggest machine. So,
I mean, that kind of sounds similar to the speeding ticket thing. They say there's no quota, but it sure hell seems like
feels like it. Yeah.
Near the end of the month, it seems like you're getting a ticket easier than at the start of the month.
Oh, that reminds me of when Forrest got pulled over in his little black truck for like 16 over, and the speedometer didn't work.
I forgot about his speedometer.
It was like
just didn't move.
Well, no, it was like 20 miles an hour off or something.
Yeah,
like that. I remember that little black truck. That was funny. That was when Sam still owned that little Honda. Was it a
red
Civic?
one?
Yeah, the hatchback.
Yeah.
We go riding around and lunch to that. I remember that.
We had some good times.
It was fun.
Bountiful was interesting too back then. It's changed so much. It's so busy down here now.
Yeah, it is.
Like 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Take you 20 minutes to go from Texas Roadhouse to like North Salt Lake.
Yeah.
With all the traffic.
Yeah, and then you got the new shopping mall right there where Kmart used to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that place is weird looking.
That whole area is different now.
Yeah. I went on a date there the other day and I was like, what the hell is this place?
Man, dating in Utah is a fun topic just in general.
I disagree. I disagree.
Oh, it's just so weird here. Because it's so hard to find just like
middle ground.
You either get like wild
off the deep end.
Yeah, off the deep end, or you get so just never even touched the water. Like, you just,
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, not even a toe to see what the temperature's like.
Just
fuck.
Yeah, at least that's how I feel.
Yeah,
God, that's the worst.
I think I got lucky with the person I'm dating right now. She's older though.
That's good.
I think that's the key.
That's the key.
Yeah.
My last girlfriend was a little older than I was, by 3 months.
Yeah. Well, mine's 8 years.
It's a little bit older.
Yeah, a little bit older. It gets funny when we talk about growing up. She's like, yeah, when I was in high school, I was like, fuck, I was in first grade.
I went on a date with let's see, she was 6 years older than me.
No.
I don't know what she's up to, but who knows? I need to make a phone call. Is what you're saying?
Hey, howdy. I'm going to be coding soon.
She was still in school at the time, actually.
No?
Yeah.
College and school just in general is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. It was fun.
I like it. I did my associates. I haven't got my bachelor's still. I just didn't really know
what you wanted it in.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what this is leading into with your coding degree?
Yeah, because like
coding boot camp.
I kept tossing around different ideas. I'm like, should I just go do like a quick, easy business one and like do business management? But I was like, do I really want to just do that? Do I want to be some, you know?
Come on, wear a suit and tie, Wesley. I know you love those.
Yeah, you know.
I know you do.
It's great. It just sounded boring to me.
Yeah,
You know, and I enjoy talking, obviously, like,
yeah.
and talking with people, but when it's like a customer, you know, relationship, it's always weird. When it's people that you work with, like if you're managing people, it's always different. Like,
yeah.
And I didn't want to do that. But coding has always been something, because I did the coding class in high school.
Yeah, same here.
From, I don't remember her name. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, what was her name?
I don't know. She was in the classroom that was attached to
Carter's. Yeah, I remember that.
I just don't remember her
Wasn't
name.
it like HTML that you...
Yeah. Which...
It's not really a coding language, but that's okay.
We
We can have that argument later about...
No, it's
about what's actually a coding language.
It's not. It's just what?
It's just a skeleton.
Yeah. It's good to know, but it's not gonna...
It has no logic. That's the problem.
Yeah.
What language are you doing for your coding?
There's 3.
JavaScript, React, or what?
JavaScript.
Is it web dev? Is that what it is?
No. I don't know if I have email. No, it's JavaScript, one other big one, and then one that they said is like kind of getting phased out.
Oh, probably C++ is the phased out, or Java.
Maybe even C++. I don't remember, but
there's also Python's probably one of them.
Yeah, Python's the second one that is similar to JavaScript that they were doing, and then they said a third one. I don't think it is C++, but he says it was more on the back end because it's like a full stack certification.
Yeah, so it's either Java, C++, or C#, or there's a bunch of different options.
Right. But regardless, I think it's 3 languages in total.
Yeah.
And then I imagine from those 3 languages it won't be too difficult to pick up the other.
Yeah, so the one I'm doing is just web development, which is not something I'm terribly interested in. I mean, I'll do it and then kind of use it as a springboard into a different end.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm doing JavaScript React, which is just a JavaScript library, HTML and CSS, which is so boring. I'm sorry, but those days that they did like HTML and CSS, it's like I don't want to be here. This is so boring. They're like, clone this website, and I was like, okay, here's SpaceX's website. It had no functionality, so I was like, oh, yeah, this is pointless.
So what do you want to be, like, what area do you want to be?
Database administrator is what I'm shooting for right now, so I'm going to go finish this, and then I'm going to learn Python and continue working with SQL. SQL might be the one you're talking about, because it's the one that's database languages.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'll shoot you a message later.
That's okay. It's no big deal. But yeah, there's some fun stuff that you can do with programming right now. I mean, I'm working on my first like full project. So yeah.
I think it'd be nice to have something like that where I could do it as a day job somewhere, you know, doing repetitive bullshit.
Yeah.
But also being able to freelance on like weekends or whatever if I want to make extra money.
Yeah, that's one reason I like it. I want the option to be able to work remotely as well. Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, it's nice to know like the front end stuff, so then when I am working in the back end, I can understand what's going on the front end as well. So yeah, I think it's good.
Because nothing's worse when you're only really trained and knowledgeable on one end, and then you have to go through somebody like
to do the rest of it.
Because you're just like, especially, I mean, this is making fun of my group of people that I usually associate with. It is sometimes really difficult to communicate with other nerds.
Agreed.
Especially nerds that are heavy nerds, like just heavy into it, because like that social skill ladder is not strong. Like they didn't put points into charisma, like not at all.
There's a lot in intelligence, but there's no bridge.
Yeah, like you feel like you're. It's not looking good.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's a lot of that.
I went to that place that's. So the reason why I bought a new computer is I had an Alienware that was working just fine, but it started having problems, and I tried to troubleshoot everything, and I kind of came to the conclusion that it was a graphics card, and I took it over to the guys, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a graphics card," and I was kind of like, "Okay," and like to buy what I had in there, it was like $220.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all, but I was like, man, I've been wanting to upgrade for like 5 years now. Like, should I just send it? And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. So I was telling these guys, I'm like, yeah, let's just hold off on it, and then I'll worry about this later. And I went in there, and like them trying to explain to me why it was a bad move that I was doing was the hardest thing I've ever had to listen to. That poor guy.
I plan on using my computers when I buy them for about 5 years, and then at that point, if it makes it to 8, I'm definitely buying a new one.
Yeah, my Alienware was pushing 8.
I mean, the desktop I built right out in high school, I was still using until I bought this.
Oh wow. Yeah.
As my main computer. I mean, I had a laptop, but I mean that was a piece of shit. So I bought the Alienware because I was still driving to Logan and driving all the way south, and I was like, I want to be able to have it mobile so I can game where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I bought it so it would replace both for now.
Perfect.
It's really heavy to haul around, though. I was not planning on that for school, because now I literally don't go anywhere without it.
Right.
So.
I know, Alienwares are thick.
That thing weighs
thick
5
boys,
pounds.
yeah.
It weighs 5 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool to know to finally talk to someone, though, who's also doing the coding, because, like, it's so popular, but I didn't know anyone else who's doing it.
Yeah.
And, like, I've been doing all the apps on my phone, like Solo Learn and...
I did, I've done a little bit of Solo Learn. I also did Code Academy.
Yeah, I have Code Academy.
I have Code Academy Pro right now, and that's what I was working on.
There was one of Grasshopper.
Grasshopper? I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, Grasshopper's pretty good. But, so you good for another 15 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why?
Have another show after this.
Oh.
And then another one at 6.
Damn,
Doing
man.
a lot.
You are busy.
Well, so what kind of happened was and this is for people who've listened and kind of seen a lack of content. Christmas time hit.
Yeah.
Forrest and I kind of took a break because we were like, so our first year we streamed every day.
Wow.
Every day.
Holy cow.
And like neither of us were working day jobs. We were both working like part time.
Gotcha.
We would come over here. We would stream at like midnight to like 4 a.m. Just like shit talk, like nothing. Yeah. Like we would just talk about whatever. We would have people come on sometimes. We would just talk to fucking Twitch. And as you can imagine, we got burnt out.
A little bit,
you
yeah.
know? So we took a break going into year 2 at the start of the year. And then we both got jobs where we're at now. Like I went back there and then he also got a job there. And we started going to once a week.
Gotcha.
Just much more reasonable.
Manageable, yeah.
The problem was it felt like neither of us really wanted to be here, and like the 1 a week podcast would be short.
Yeah.
So like we would because we would just want to be out doing other shit, but now we kind of took we're calling it our season 2 break. You know,
Gotcha.
We took a longer break than normal. We've only done like besides the book club is once a month. That's always going. Me and him have only done like 3 or 4 podcasts so far this year.
Gotcha.
And I just was kind of like, hey, I think I'm going to start doing it with more guests and getting people,
Gotcha.
old friends and old co-workers and different things like that, get them on as well as new people. And,
Gotcha.
Just start doing like 4 or 5 during the weekend. And then that way, there's just more content for the people who want to listen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely come back.
Oh yeah, I mean, we have a lot more we can talk about.
Shit, man, we haven't even caught up on high school yet.
Yeah, I mean,
we're still that deep in high school.
I mean, it is weird to think that when was the last time I actually talked to you? We did
that Christmas thing.
Yeah.
What, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I have the Deseret newspaper article printed out.
Oh yeah.
And I was gonna bring it in and hang it up now that I We had a ginormous green screen. It's down there.
Oh,
I just
gotcha.
took it down today because, like, I don't know. I didn't know how to really work a green screen.
Gotcha.
So our chroma key was all fucked up for a long time. And, like, we would look green, like, around here. And, like, I just decided to toss it, but I'll start putting some cool art up on the walls.
Yeah, that was the last time. I think that was the last time I saw any of those people.
Yeah.
Because Kesley came and did it
Yeah,
with her
Kesley.
daughter.
And then my friend Michael,
Yeah,
he was there.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I want to try. I don't know. I wasn't in a great spot to do it this Christmas,
Yeah,
but hopefully this upcoming Christmas it'd be cool to try and do it even bigger.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, maybe 2
Yeah,
families or
we can
something.
dye my beard white and I'll be Santa.
Perfect. No, it was cool. I think I sent it in the group chat, but the family, they wanted to remain anonymous, which I agree. 100%. That's awesome, you know.
Yeah,
But they sent a pretty long email to
yeah.
Woods Cross, and then they forwarded it to me,
That's awesome.
and it was, yeah, you know, we live around here, and like where we're in Bountiful, Utah. So if you want to Google it, you can. But
Yeah.
Bountiful, Utah isn't. There's very few areas like visually that look rough.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
most of Bountiful, Utah is pretty up and up. Like, you know, we have old homes. Don't get us wrong, but even the old homes are fairly nice.
Well, and they're also well taken care of
Yeah.
usually. I mean, there's not really a rough spot in Bountiful,
No.
mainly because most of the rough spots kind of just stayed in Salt Lake County.
Yeah.
Davis County's pretty good.
But, you know, sometimes you forget, even though the areas look nice, you know, there might not be, there's still families that might struggle during those times of the year.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I mean, it's hard to buy a lot. I mean, if you have 4 kids and you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's real hard to buy a present or even one present for everyone.
Yeah, not only, you know,
4 or
essentials.
5, yeah. Yeah, let alone, the essentials and everything.
I knew it was like a serious thing when like I got the list of things. So what I'm talking about is me and a couple people, Ryan included, we picked a name off like a Christmas tree in Woods Cross, and they give you a list of items that family had asked for Christmas, and like we had a mom with 3 kids. Like the kids all asked. Like, one of the kids was like a teenage boy, so he asked for like, you know, a Bluetooth speaker was one of them, and like
Yeah, and it was most of the stuff was around $50 or under.
yeah.
It was pretty reasonable stuff.
Yeah, and then like the kids, like I think the one girl wanted like Despicable Me stuff, and one of them
we
wanted
got- we
like
got, one of
porcelain
those
toys.
plushies or
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
But then the stuff like when you realize that it's not just like your typical Christmas, like they wanted like heating blankets and like
there was a lot of
clothes,
essentials on that
hampers, and, you
list.
know, and stuff like that you just don't think about as like Christmas, but to them that was probably they might still be even using that stuff if
Yeah,
they, you know.
practical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very practical list, that's for sure. And I mean, it was a lot of fun to go. I mean, we had like 5-6 people come, and we just kind of all separated and took a
Yeah.
person and went and bought for them.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
That I should have recorded. I mean, this was before we were doing any of this type of stuff, but I wish I would have recorded the lady's face, who we dropped it off to.
Oh yeah, when she saw all the
Yeah.
who had bought for him.
Yeah, because like the lady was so. I went with my mom to drop him off because like
Yeah.
there was a bunch of fucking bags in my car,
Yeah.
and I walked in there and the lady's like, "Oh, what can I do for you?" And I'm like, I mean, we were what 23, 20, 22 at the time.
23, 22, yeah.
You know, I
That's
just
about
look like some fucking hoodlum kid who got lost. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm Wes. I'm the one who called you earlier about dropping this off. And she's like, you are? And I'm like, yeah, my mom's out here. Should we just bring him in here? And we're just bringing in bags of shit. And she's all like, did you do this? Like, what? Did you and your mom do this? I'm like, no, me and a couple friends. And they're like, oh, okay. That lady was baffled.
Not exactly who you'd expect
Yeah.
to be bringing in that kind of stuff.
I mean, I've talked about this a lot on the podcast in general, like growing up as not only an only child, but non-LDS here in Utah. I think I do have a little bit of a unique perspective on some stuff because like Christmas for me, like Sure, when I was a kid, I got spoiled. I'm not gonna not admit that.
Yeah.
Like, as an only child, but now that I'm older, like, Christmas isn't that fun for me.
No, Christmas is my least favorite holiday.
Yeah, because like I love spending time with my parents. Don't get me wrong, and like I'll still buy them gifts. They'll still buy me gifts, but it's not. We don't have kids around, you know. So for me, like being able to give a Christmas to a kid, if I can, like that is enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You know, it's way more. Even if I don't have to see the reaction, like I know that. Well, at least I hope like they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, actually, my family. So when I heard you were doing that, my family used to do Secret Santa every year.
Yeah.
So I'd always be the kid that was going to drop off the presents on the doorstep and ring the doorbell and run as fast as I could to get away before they opened the door. I was always that kid. So that was something I just like. This is just what you do at this time of year. So it was hella fun.
Can you adopt me? For sure, I'll adopt you. Do you still play basketball at all?
Not very often. I need to.
Hey, thank you for those sparks. Appreciate that. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, I haven't shot a basketball in like
I haven't either.
years.
We were playing like 3 hours of basketball every day.
Oh, every day. We played 21 for at least 3 hours.
Or longer, and then we go play Call of Duty for the rest of the day.
I remember those were the nights where I got you go home and you're like, that was a great day, and you fall asleep because you're just tired as shit.
Yeah, and then we started doing that UFC stuff.
Yeah.
At the same time, Dad.
Son?
Son.
Yeah, I still am into that. And I'm not as like
I need to
recreational and like we used to, because now that we're all old and strong, like
it
actually fucking hurt people, you know?
Well, that we're more brittle.
Yeah.
I don't feel old, or I feel old, but I shouldn't be.
I boxed Aaron Palmer like 6-7 months ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, for a video.
How's Aaron Palmer doing?
He's good. He's been on here quite a few times. Him and Jesus Christ, I feel like an asshole. I just forgot his name. He does like SoundCloud rapping stuff, and then works or at least last time I talked to him, he was working at what's it called when like if you go to jail, there's the guy who you can call to like
bail bond? Yeah,
he was doing like bail bondsman stuff.
Gotcha. Who did you hurt, Dad?
Like we did that for more promotional because it was like his music stuff with our podcast stuff. So like maybe we did that hoping that like that video might blow up and see, but it didn't really do that well.
Yeah.
Still fun.
Yeah, I'm sure you had fun doing it.
Yeah, I enjoy that sport a lot. Like just because there's no other sport in the world where it's just all on you. You know.
Yeah.
Basketball, it's like you could be good, but unless you're like LeBron, you ain't carrying a team.
I don't know. Tennis, that's kind of that way too, though.
Tennis?
Yeah,
that's true.
Tennis, I mean, unless you're doing group tennis, yeah.
Yeah, tennis is another one. I just like that aspect of like being by yourself.
Yeah.
Where it's like sports are a lot of mental. Your mental could be great.
You child support.
Whoa, fade to black.
Who are you talking about? Can you say any?
Can you say, hey, Dan is Mac?
Dan is a nice man.
Mac Detry? Non-C, please?
What the?
Okay, hey, Dan is Mac Detry non-C? Hope that's what you wanted.
Yeah. Tennis isn't a real sport.
Damn.
Well.
Roast. Tennis is tiring.
Tennis is tiring?
So is pickleball.
Oh, it's a good sport.
Pickleball is real popular now.
I like pickleball.
Yeah, I played it once. My thighs hurt a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going into it, I was like, oh yeah, this sounds like racquetball. Oh,
I love racquetball.
Racquetball's
so fun.
great.
In fact, I think I even have multiple rackets in my truck right now.
Racquetball's good.
I need to clean my truck out. I haven't cleaned it out since I quit my job.
Oh.
And so I still have all of my winter gear that's covered in mud.
Might find some cool goodies in there.
I think I might have a bottle of alcohol in there right now.
See, what we need to do is we need to do like a Saturday night podcast, because then you can get a couple drinks in you.
I'll let you know if I start drinking again.
Yeah, I don't drink much anymore.
I don't drink at all.
Yeah.
That was due to my last breakup. So
Good call.
Yeah. I want to go BK, huh?
No, yeah, we can save that subject for the
A
next
while.
time.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I don't drink either. I only drink one beverage if I go like to dinner.
Yeah.
That's not gonna do anything. It
Yeah,
just
that's
tastes
fair.
funny. My dog's fanny stinks.
How do I fix it?
Gotta get up there and clean it.
I would definitely use a wet wipe.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna call it for today. I appreciate everyone being here. If you want to not only see the podcast again, but have Ryan back on, make sure you guys drop a follow or go follow us on the social medias that are linked below. If you have any questions, send them to me on Twitter, and we can talk. Besides that, we have another show starting up in a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. So if you really want to be patient and wait, the stream will be back up. But thank you guys for coming.
Please.
I'll talk to you later.
See you guys.